Good morning, Amber Dawn. It is Saturday, March 21st, 2015, 2:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm tired, but not sleepy tired, but exhausted. We did a lot here today. First of all, happy spring for those in this part of the world. Hooray. Winter was very wintry. Not the worst winter we've had at all, but certainly, I'm looking forward to bicycling around. I say bicycling, I think it's just cycling, but I feel like cycling sounds so professional, like those hardcore cyclists. And I just wander around on my bicycle and I want to take photos of what I see. So that's what I'm hoping to do a lot of this year. I was going to make an intro video. I'm Goldmore and I'm 36, turning 37. My interests include music, books, poetry, blogging, vlogging, broadcast, voice, post, podcast things, photography, writing in my paper journal, recently, gaming again. It was something I was into as a kid. I played Atari, and then I played some games that were on the Atari computer systems, SimCity and all that. And then I got to play some Nintendo, was into Tetris and Super Mario 1 and 3, and other games. But I didn't really get into the further systems. And then I love Duke Nukem 1 and 2. Didn't get into the 3D. But now I have enjoyed watching my husband play Portal 1 and 2 and some other games. And then a few days ago I was like, if I can't beat him, join him. And I have some games on my computer now. I feel a little disappointed that Aliens Isolation is only available for PC. That's not fair. That's really mean of them. Because I would totally download that in a heartbeat. I love the Aliens series. Aliens is one of my top favorite movies. So, why didn't they offer it for me? For Mac. I'm sad. And I don't want to play it on my husband's computer. It's not the same. So I have a Steam account. And I tried for the name Books Are Better. But it was taken. But Books Are Better 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. were available. So only one other person had thought of that, which is awesome. But I went with Books Are Way Better. So that's my name over there. I've played the Stanley Parable, and it's like an existential walkthrough, and I beat it, but it's like a hollow win when you finally do, because it doesn't feel real at all. It doesn't feel like it didn't. But I'm gonna play it more. I think I really enjoy it. Portal, I loved the Portal series, but it's so hard to figure out on your own. And you've got to, though, because I realized each time that I complete a level that I thought was so difficult that I'm never going to be able to complete, because I'm still trying to figure out the controls. I do not know how the controls work, keys yet for gaming yet, because I'm a newbie all over again. And I didn't want to be a newbie again. I think that's why I resisted this as well. But anyway, each time I finish it, though, when I get through a level, there's a sense of accomplishment. So that's good. That's good. So I'm going to keep trying. It's going to be a long time, though, before I get to Portal 2. Because I haven't learned how to do the, I haven't learned how to be able to flip myself while in the air while falling through one of the portals. I haven't quite learned how to do that, like key-wise and mouse-wise and stuff. So I'm still reading books. That's something important to me. I was like, if I'm going to start gaming, I don't want to let my actual interests and goals go by the wayside. I'm not saying people who game don't accomplish anything. Lots of people do. But I don't want it to become the thing that I do. I still want the things that I do to be the things that I do. If that makes sense. I can't believe I've talked this long already. So I've read, in the month of March, I've read 4 books so far. And that's not bad. That's not bad. I've read 12 books so far this year. So I'm averaging 4 a month. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, still reading. Still writing in my paper journal every day. I took my paper journal with me to Italy. Not this one, but the one prior. And I didn't write at all. I didn't write online either. All I did was Twitter and Instagram, which I totally intend on doing again. Twitter and Instagram while I'm traveling. But I made a commitment that I would write every day in my paper journals. And I don't want to break the streak, even if I only read a sentence. So I'm going to finish this journal before I go. So a few days, less than, if I get writing. And I'll start a new journal. And I'll write while I'm overseas, which will be a first for me. I'm not writing my daily words. I was writing 750 words, typing every day for 184 days in a row. I broke that streak early March, so my checklist daily goals has an X for all the days I missed. But as sad as it was to break that, it was sad, but I needed a break. I needed some rest. I was feeling, there was a lot going on. Gosh, on the 1st of the month, my father spoke to his sibling from his birth family. And they met a few days later in real life. My father was adopted and received his live birth certificate in February. One of his sisters died in January. And another one is apparently terminally ill. His mother's still alive, his birth mother. But it appears that probably 2 or 3 of the siblings, 2 more of the siblings probably have the same father as him, which is an unknown father. And I'm wondering if that secret will come out in my lifetime. I'm very curious. My dad isn't. He wanted to know more of the history of his grandparents and stuff. Just stuff you need to know, and health and curiosity. He's always been very interested in family and the family he was adopted into. He knows so much about them, and he's curious about this and making some connections, but in a respectful way. I just hope it, I was so relieved. I was so relieved when we received word back when we sent the Facebook message, because we saw by the nose my nose looks like my dad's nose, and this man's nose looked like our nose. And it was just, I was like, yeah, let's write. I'll write, I'll send a message. And he replied back. And there you go. 45 years of my dad searching resolved in that moment. It's all hush hush though, and sensitive, and not the way, it's all, it wasn't, it's a family, of course, that has many siblings, and everybody's sort of everywhere, different things going on in people's lives. But yeah, this man is full out my dad's brother, like, conceived 6 months after my father was put up for adoption, given birth, etc. Not, born, conceived, I mean. So there's like that, there's enough time frame. It's just, my dad was so fortunate to be so wanted and adopted by such a great family. But I don't blame them. They had questions and felt what many adopted people go through. So it's very, heavy stuff going on there, and interesting stuff. I mean, fascinating. I'm just so relieved my dad got some answers while he is still cognizant, healthy enough, young enough, alive. I would have been gutted if I'd been randomly contacted by somebody after my father passes, or while he can't understand something, or if something happened, you know what I mean? I would just be gutted, because it's my father who's needed this. It's very moving. It's been a very moving experience, and confusing. There's a lot of emotions for both sides. The people that have suddenly, facing the reality of all of what this means, and what it means for them, and how they feel about. And then, of course, my dad, Apparently we're going to be added to a family tree. So that's kind of moving for my dad, I guess. Of course, legitimately family tree. Like, of course he's on the one, but it's another one. The one that, yeah, anyway, I'm getting all, like, it's a big deal, because I was, there when, he was trying to make contact, and many years ago, and his grandmother was still alive, even years ago. And he didn't get a chance to meet her, and that meant he wouldn't have gotten first-hand information. But he found out that the grandparents knew of him, and they would talk of him, but they would call him by his middle name, birth name. Different things like that, matter. I've talked for 18 minutes. Sorry about that. Just putting in some Nat King Cole to copy. I have Nat King Cole records. It was nice to go through them today, find them. That was a good moment. It's like, yay. Still got some good music. Yeah, so anyway, I fell off track with my typing my words. I've stayed on track with the self-portrait project, but That's been very difficult to do. I know selfies are the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. People Instagram themselves multiple times a day. I do not. I take like cat videos or whatever. If you saw my February video, that's like my Instagram, like just clips of cats and balcony views. The boys love show tunes. Starting to watch Wall-E? Look at them, they just showed up. um, so, doing the self-portrait project is difficult, and especially with like body image issues and self-esteem and etc. and just all that stuff. But I'm doing it sort of, it's kind of getting away with like, here's my hand touching a piece of paper. But it's still an extension of me if I'm touching my paper journal or holding a book that I'm reading or whatever. Now and then I get creative, but it's very rare with that. It's just, my point is just to keep doing it every day for now. I think that the pictures will get a little more creative when I'm overseas this time, because I'm totally doing the runaway from the camera shot in the middle of streets, and like later, it depends on the hours or where we are, or fields or different places. It depends where we go. We're going, because we'll see some friends and that. Yeah, that I can get away from like, yeah. So I have some ideas. 20 minutes. Oh, and I'm probably talking slower because I'm so tired. Well, yesterday was the first day of spring. I did some spring cleaning, got rid of my Casio keyboard. That was tough. Not tough, but like, obviously I'm not playing it. But I kept some of the like music books. They're not really like, they're just like, by the notes and not very intricate, to like 80s songs. I kept them for my xylophone. I could probably learn to play the basic melodies on the xylophone for some of them, so I'm gonna do that. I got rid of so much crap. It's amazing how much crap you can just like keep and carry throughout your life, and despite the amount of times you like purge things and get rid of things and you move, you can still end up with so much. So it felt good. We had quite a lot go out the door yesterday, and that I did, like I selected it, but my husband of course helped me by getting it out there. And then I want to value what I do have and make use of it and enjoy it. We had this moment where he was sitting in one of the chairs, but in front of our fireplace, fake fire, but you know what I mean. And I put on my first record with the new setup. First album I'll listen to with my new setup. Stan Pycon, Etsy Craft. Let's Drop the Needle. Because the record shelf arrived and my records all sorted, and it was First Aid Kit, which is a good, like, new music is still being made that's good. And First Aid Kit is really good. And they did a cover of America by Simon and Garfunkel, written by Paul Simon. And I thought, wow, this is coming up a lot. Like, I watched The Graduate finally. Oh yeah, I love movies too. Everybody loves movies and TV shows and blah, blah, blah. But I watched The Graduate recently. And of course the soundtrack is mostly Simon and Garfunkel, if not all. And I had never connected those songs to that film because I hadn't watched that film. I'm a fan of Dustin Hoffman, but I hadn't seen the film. Now I've seen the film and I see how the songs go with the film. I always connected to the songs through the replaying of the Greatest Hits album. Well, one of the greatest hits, you know. And now I've had the Graduate experience. Then I ended up watching Wild the other night, starring Reese Witherspoon. Recommended. Holy, it's great. It's fantastic. And she hummed she hummed a few songs. One of the ones I've gotten in my head too when so I thought that was cool. So there were those songs. And then, I found that I do have The Graduate on vinyl. Good job. I have a lot of Simon Garfunkel though too. On vinyl and CD and stuff. But there was that, and then I totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so enjoying the films, Graduate, Wild, the music. Don't know where else I was going with that. Sorry about that. I'm sure it'll come to me. Or it won't. It's gone. But, I just want to appreciate all this stuff. Like, not stuff. I mean, I want to appreciate the things that, I want to get rid of more things and appreciate what I still have around me. I want to have experiences and enjoy them. So even though I have immense anxiety about traveling, I'm not good with traveling. I'm not good about going away. I worry too much about, the cats, even though we have a great sitter for them. I'm worrying. I don't like going away. But at the same time, it's really important to my husband. And I will totally love taking photos over there and having experiences. So it's kind of like you push through the anxiety and all that. But it's like overwhelming me right now a bit. And we leave in a few days. So it's like I'm totally unprepared. But it's exciting. Like, I'm not complaining. It's not like we'll always get to do stuff like this. We could save money every couple of years, like specifically separate from other savings that could allow us to travel every couple of years for a while if we want. And it's actually something we should do if we want. I hope we do it. It'd be a good idea because there's still some places I'd like to see while I can. But I just wish I was in better physical health. Which brings me to the last point. Even though I've talked about like gaming and book reading and paper journaling and sitting around listening to music. Oh yeah, there was that moment we were listening to. That's where I was going back to. First Aid Kit covered America, but they also had the song Silver Lining, My Silver Lining, which is one of their hits from another album that was recently out. And I love that song. And I listened to that first. It was just great to listen to it on the stereo, on vinyl. I've listened to it countless times on my computer, and while I enjoy it, it just was awesome to be there with my husband sitting in the chair and me being nearby with near at my stereo, sitting in front with the records in front of me. Felt good. Felt right. So it was good to get the records out of the closet. Yeah, it was quite a lot of work, but worth it. I'm going to go for 30 minutes and shut up. I'm almost there. So things are okay. I could be better health-wise, but what can you do? Especially sciatic pain. It's been horrible. But we're planning, not just planning, we are going to be on our bicycles coming back when spring is in full effect and it's not raining out. We are on our bicycles going for photo biking exploration, and I'll be doing video or photos or whatever's. That's our plan this summer. By the end of the summer into fall, I'm going to be bicycling all the time. That's my goal. While also writing again, continuing to take photos, making some vlogs, even if they're Instagram clips and the occasional rambles like this, hopefully shorter, and gaming and stuff, and friends. Friends are coming up. Oh, great news about that, but I'll save it for another vlog. Got a visitor coming in April, so oh my gosh, I'll let you guys know about that later, because you'll see it. You'll see a video of it, because it's going to be awesome. And hey,